Mercutio now? There is such a silence in the world since he has left it. I was never alone. Not even in the womb, for we were twin souls, Mercutio and me. Now, I am cut in half. My good part is gone. His death sets my heart to be a tattoo of hate. The prince may speak his word, may speak and speak! He cannot change my heartbeat. I'll watch the girl with you in friendship. Approach her, and our friendship ends.
At least it's wet.
Why?
Hate cools in the rain. Tears become invisible.
Your spirit haunts me, Juliet. I see more of you dead than I did when you were alive. That's a joke. More of you dead. More of you alive than I wanted to. Go on, laugh! Laugh, Juliet! Come on! We were hardly close as cousins. You were too small, too pretty. Too rich, too thin, and too much loved for me to cope with. Spoiled is the word that springs to mind. Though, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. All a flower does is wither. The memories stay forever. So what do I recall of you, Juliet? Rich, daddy's princess, mommy's darling. You scratched my face once. I have a scar. From here to here. You can see quite clearly in the sunlight. A silver line. You wanted my favorite doll, and of course you got it. For though I was scarred, you cried. And your nurse swooped down and took the moppet from me. Spanked me hard for making you unhappy. Gave my doll to you, her dearest baby. Later, you stole my best friend, wooed her with whispers, told her gossip, secrets. Gave her trinkets and sweetmeats. Later still, you took my love and didn't know you'd done it. Then having taken him, you let him die! If you'd swallowed the friar's potion earlier, you would have wakened, and my love would be alive. None of this would have happened. I know you, Juliet. You hesitated, frightened. Didn't take the stuff until the dawn. Wakened too late in the tomb. In the night, I dreamed of Romeo. He's reaching his arms out from the vault. Poison has him in its hold. He fills my nights with this longing for life until I'm afraid to go to sleep. For though I love him still, I cannot soothe his pain. is not me he's reaching for. So why, Juliet, should I spend my cash on flowers for you? Are you a saint? Simply because you were daft enough to die for love. Love! A passing fancy. No more nor less. Tomorrow, or tomorrow, or tomorrow, you would have tired of him, like your fancy for the doll. Once possessed, you left it out in the rain. Yesterday's fancy muttered its hair. Damp stained the dress I'd made for her. They think you brave to have taken your life, but you believed in immortality. Daddy's princess could not die. She'd be at her own funeral to watch the tears flow and hear her praises sung. So you haunt me. Don't turn away. Listen! Listen. Come here, come close. Press your ear to the earth so I know you're listening. There's a trial going on. Even now, in all solemnity, 4 lives hang in the balance, forced by your selfish suicide. They take their chance, standing at the mercy of the court, to see whether life or death is granted to them by what we call justice. Strange justice, law meted out by the rich who measure their wisdom by the weight of their gold, as if riches bear witness to virtue. You and I know they don't. So 4 poor people are brought before the prince to see whether they live or die. You brought this on them. No feud wrought their trials, their miseries tribute to your precocity. Married! And at 13! So sweet, cuz. This is the last flower you'll get from me. Death flowers always have the sweetest scent. That's that bit done.
I guess some loves are forever.
Jealous of dead Juliet. These Capulets. Love. This is love. A pile of rotting lilies.
They're still fresh on top.
Only you. What? A pile of stinking lilies. Only you would see the fresh ones on top. And love, poor Rosalind, whose heart's in the grave. There are far softer beds to lie on than fair Rosalind's nail-strewn cot.
I love because I love. I can't say why I love. I would take her in my arms, confess my love, ask for her clemency, change her name.
She'd have you for breakfast. She'd beat you up, suck on the bits, and after lick her chops. She's a hurt animal, a cat that would attack the hand that gentles it and bite it. Hard. Princess of cats. She's a better man than Tybalt ever was, and Petruchio ever shall be. Give her sword, she'd show you no mercy. Though, She has no need of a sword. What woman does? While the prince has taken our weapons, he's left them theirs.
What weapons?
Have you no sisters? A woman's weapon is her tongue. See her. See. Conjoin with her. You'll fight the oldest feud of all. Not Montagues and Capulets. Men and women, Benvolio. Men and women. There is a war. Will never end by any decree of man or prince or god. Don't go near her.
There's no sword there.
I see a sword. A Toledo steel. My sword. The hilt, thirsty for my hand. The blade, starved of blood. See it gleam in the light. See it. See it. Now it's gone. When the trial's over and the guilty hung, I'll have my sword again.
I'm so hot, I can't get a click out of my fingers. My hands are damp, slimy to touch. No woman will want to marry a man with a damp hand.
Suppose they hang them. Suppose they do that.
It's not our business. We're here, Petruchio's men, waiting to be counted to elect him Prince of Cats.
Foregone conclusion. No man would stand against him. I wouldn't like to hang, dying in front of a crowd, dancing for their amusement. We've all been to Mantua after all. Saturdays would have been Saturdays, that is, pinks and blues. The apothecary only served us.
We paid him, Gianni.
We taught him to depend on us, and we only paid him sometimes. Rich men have enough to eat. His pills didn't make him fat.
He didn't do it for charity.
He kept him dangling. He scraped a living. Then Romeo comes along. You give me poison, I'll give you 40 ducats. Like that's a bloody fortune. Like he's going to say no. Romeo seduced him with his ducats. Why hang the apothecary?
They can hardly hang Romeo. He saved him the price of a rope. I'd turn out for that, to see a Montague hang.
The heathen waiting for a man you've known to die.
It's not decided.
Tell me it won't happen. Tell me! Even honorable men need a scapegoat.
My God! My God, what's she got on? Standing there, standing in the rain? Turn. I wouldn't wear that. I wouldn't give that to my servant to wear. I'd rip it off my mother's back, for God's sake, if I saw she had it on. And my mother is not known for her taste. But that beats anything my mother might buy at a flea market. She won't come to the election tonight in that. She'd hardly dare, for Petruchio, Prince of Cats, put her hand in the air in that. There's holes in the armpits. I know she's unhappy. We're all unhappy. I mean, look at her. Look at her, Rona. She's letting the side down. If she's got to mourn publicly, she could at least do it prettily.
What did she see in Romeo that our boys don't have? I wouldn't waste my time. All this for a dead man? What can you do with a dead man when there are live ones waiting to give you some return?
Jill, you got to take Vida's stand.
That's a curse. Take it back. Say a thing and you make it so. Take it back, Rona.
You're a drama queen.
And you're not from here. You don't know anything.
I know how to kiss.
Are you threatening me?
Keep this up. It'll be Christmas and this dress still won't be done. Forget the election tonight. Keep this up. You'll be an old woman. You'll be dead and this won't be ready to your winding sheet.
One fresh flower, that's all. 6 yesterday, 10 the day before. It's falling off.
They're all watching the trial.
I wish we'd gone. Ow, that hurt! What's wrong with you?
Gawping at the poor folk, the crowd counting the tears, glorying in the thrill of watching folk who may be about to die at the hands of the state. Nurse calling on her Juliet, the old man, the friar, aged 10 years and a day, and Peter, who brought the latter Romeo used decline to Juliet's room, just did as he was told. Hasn't got a mind of his own. Has never had one. And the apothecary, I feel sorry for him. I won't go to court. I don't want to pry.
There's only one life. You have to find enjoyment where you can. You're such a prude. Lighten up, Rona. What will be, and we can't change a thing, cavalieted ever so. I've more important things on my mind than a trial. I need this dress for the evening's frolic. I'll dance with our new prince of cats. Later, I will marry him. Not that he knows that, nor will he till it's done. Make the dress fine, Rona. I have plans. Dress when Juliet was to wed Paris. Then it was the dress at her first funeral, when she died the first time, and all we bridesmaids attended her supposed corpse. Then it was at her real funeral. This dress has a history. More history than it needs. And less decolletage. Left me.
I'm here.
Not in my dream.
Who was in your dreams?
Juliet.
What was she doing?
She was waiting. Do you want me? I said. I wasn't stupid in my dream. Juliet didn't say anything. Didn't move. Went on waiting.
They've gone now. You're safe.
If you're stupid, Helena, why do you have to know it? No man will ever love me. I'll have no child to call my own. Any man would feel demeaned by my hand on his arm. I was like you in my dream. I liked me. Do you still see her? When the day ends, Juliet will go. But she won't be alone. Oh! The barriers are all coming down between her land and ours, and I'm frightened. You won't cross over, Helena.
I won't cross over.
Promise.
I won't leave you.
Sing me. What? Sing me the song the nurse used to sing. Sing me. She'll need money. Who? The nurse Alice for her journey. Spanish leather for Angelica. Take the other. Here. It's threadbare. So much the better. And don't give her too much money. Over-generous charity only encourages idleness. For her own good, limit your kindness. Nurse was, after all, a little less than wise. She's punished then. I would have had her hanged. Make heaven cold with your philosophy. I'm not good like you. I'm just marking time, idling in chatter here. Because the world's changed. Standing still, the clouds in the sky unmoving. The world's in shadows. Before it was fraught with light. Now there's a gloomy chiaroscuro over all. And I feel easy inside. Why did they do this thing to my world? I wanted it to stay as it was till I grew up and joined it. Some man's mistress, some warrior's queen. So hang them all who broke the world where I was happy. Why should they live who raped my dream? Don't look at me like that. Do you have to try to be good, or does it come naturally? You look nice. When Pt.2 elected Prince of Cats, he'll not look